everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled, fantastic, flirtatious episode of The Dice That Bind Us. I am your humble dungeon master, Alex, and we are going to be jumping right back into the story today. It's going to be a wonderful time. Let's do a quick recap of last week's episode. More Contest of Champions things. I know you're getting tired of me hearing me say those words because it's been a long haul. It has been about 10 episodes at this point of the Contest of Champions. But no, we are going to the last semifinals round of the Contest of Champions. So we are hopping right back in. The teams competing today. Hero, who are you playing?
I get to play Argus.
Holy shit, a PC! Coda, who are you playing?
Gerga.
Holy shit, a second PC! Zach, who are you playing? You're muted.
Umunga.
Amunga, that's not a PC, but it's your character, and I love that for you. Ian, who are you playing?
Troll and Trino.
Troll and Trino.
The
Yes,
boy
the
made it to
spirit
the
troll.
semifinals.
The boy made it to the semifinals. I love it.
I've no idea what I'm doing here.
Devin, who will you be playing today?
I'm playing Ileana.
Ileana, that's a third PC. Crazy. And Dash, who will you be playing?
I'm Tweak.
Tweak. We love to see it, Tweak.
My
Tweaks.
little bard.
You love to see it. We are jumping into a game. We did this at the end of the last episode, so if you haven't watched that one, while you're here, go back and watch that one. This is a continuous story, damn it. You're going to miss things. Watch them in order, please. We are jumping right back in with a game called Challenge Accepted. This is a game you guys have yet to play in the Contest of Champions. It is a game that I've written, that I've devised, and we are going to jump straight in. The six of you find yourselves standing in the arena, getting ready to be prompted into the game. Dashing steps up onto his podium once more, looks to you all and says, my, the final round of the semifinals. I truly did not expect to be as awe-inspired, to be as excited, as enthralled by all of your performances thus far. But here we are. You all will be playing a game called Challenge Accepted. Are you ready, contestants?
I accept the challenge.
Yes.
Did I do it?
Congrats, Troll and Trino, you've won.
Oh,
I'm
marvelous.
lying. You did not win.
Oh,
You think it'd be
that's
that
nice and
easy?
marvelous. I was hoping so, yes.
You think the benevolent deity that has created this world would be kind enough to make that easy of an answer to one of these contest puzzles?
I take a
Potentially.
step backwards.
Oh, you win! It was twice. You did it twice. It's great.
Oh, lovely. Our team's doing so well.
Your team's winning. You're doing so
Are
great.
you
We're on
my team?
opposite teams.
Oh, dear. We're tied.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights. I love it.
I'm tired.
Dashing continues and says, if you're ready, I need something from you. You are in teams of 3. Each of you will choose a singular opponent from the other team. Whenever you're ready, DM Alex would like to say, each of you will be choosing your first opponent in the Challenge Accepted. Dashing continues forward, looks over, and Ileana, you've been doing quite well. Many of your teammates have commended you for carrying them to victory in previous rounds. I would like to give you an option. Of the 2 remaining people on the enemy team, who would you like to pair off with?
I like what Tweak over there said. I like the reasoning. And I kind of don't want to fight my close friends right now. So I'd like to fight Tweak.
A bold choice of words saying fight. But granted, how your rounds in the combat have gone thus far, I fully understand. That will leave us with Garagak pairing off against Amunga. My friends, enjoy. And once again, you find yourselves teleported away, appearing in a room. Just you and your opponent. We're going to go in the same order. We will be starting off with Argus and Troll and Trino. The 2 of you find yourselves standing in a small corridor with 3 doors in front of you. Each of the doors has a symbol on it.
Oh, damn it. Devin's smarter than me.
I was just like, boo, why? The first door's symbol shows what appears to be something being a hand lifting something out of a pocket. The second symbol appears to be 2 arms clasped together.
Predator style.
Not Predator style, specifically not Predator style. Predator style is where you get like the wrist grab, right? This is like locked together. The third door has a rolling, well, it looks to be like rolling hills with an arrow pointing at something off in the distance. Hard to tell details, but something pointed out in the distance. The 2 of you, what would you like to do?
Any idea what's going on?
You 2 don't speak the same language.
You hear Dashing's voice probably goes, oh, I was supposed to fix that. Sorry. And you hear like the snap of a fingers, and you 2 both have comprehend languages cast on you, so you can understand each other.
It was terribly uncomfortable. Any idea what's going on?
Looking at the doors, thinking about things. That's probably a skill of dexterity of some sort and nimbleness.
Yes,
Thievery, possibly. Sleight of hand, something. That one looks like it's probably strength based, maybe arm wrestling.
Makes sense.
That one possibly some kind of a survival thing, or
dear.
maybe an archery thing. What would you like to do since I chose this pairing?
To be honest, I'm not really entirely sure. I suppose I am most geared towards the more dexterous of things. However, I'm not entirely sure. Should I be going, or should we, as a collective, be going for the doors that we enjoy, that we believe we would excel at, or do we find the challenge of this challenge in and of itself and try to embrace it, for that is the true nature and spirit of this tournament? Yes.
Fuck it. At this point, I got tired of his explanation and I walked to the survival door.
I'm just gonna follow him.
So you walk to the
Like
third
this guy.
door.
The third door. The one that
Okay.
I assume is like either targeting or survival of some sort.
You guys walk into the door together. Argus, as soon as your hand touches the door.
Yeah, you forgot to open it. You walked face first into it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. As soon as your hand touches the door, the two of you are once again kind of quickly teleported. You find yourself standing in rolling hills. You see standing next to where you appeared, there's a very bored-looking humanoid. Some of his skin is like falling off of his face. Looks undead to an extent, but he's standing there. He's wearing a nice suit. And he's holding a piece of paper. He looks at you and goes, "Welcome to the room you've chosen in the contest of champions. My name is Hemlock. It's not a joke because I'm dying, as my name before I died. My parents just gave it to me. Your objective in this room is to be the first of the two of you to be able to locate the treasure chest located in these fields."
All right.
Kind of like
Well,
rolls the scroll back up and just kind of looks at you. "You may begin."
so just anywhere in these fields.
Best of luck to you. Wild shape fly.
You too.
Giant eagle.
Ask the intern.
Zoom.
Okay, you fly up.
Where is it?
"Welcome to your room in the contest of champions that
Fucking
you have
hell,
selected.
just
My
gonna start-
name is Hemlock." Okay.
Just have
You
the
start
eagle.
sprinting. Okay, Hero, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I gotta have the
Ian, you give me a perception check as well.
Is this visual?
It is visual, but keep in mind that you also get your stats for mental stats in wild shape. You're a druid.
Yeah.
So if the animal you go into has
Well,
like
eagles get
advantage or thing,
advantage. Yeah.
so you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
get your perception roll with advantage.
Right on.
For some reason, that's whispering it to you.
There we
Did you
go.
get that? Oh dear.
I
pretty
did
good.
get that.
Seems like it mattered a lot.
So Ian, for the
I rolled
audience,
a natural 20, sorry.
resulting in,
A 30.
and Troll and Trina, what did you get?
17.
A respectable number.
Pretty
Very
good.
This is a
respectable.
good 17.
It's a good 17. You fly up, Argus, giant eagle form. You're glancing around, and immediately off in the distance, you see something glint in the sun. You wager it is a treasure chest. Troll and Trino, you do notice that there is, as you're glancing around, on one of the trees in these rolling hills, there's a small sign with an arrow carved into it, pointed in a direction.
Oh, yes, like the arrow on the door. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to follow the arrow.
All right, you start following
Oh,
the
very
arrow.
smart.
Argus, glancing down in your eagle form, you look down, you see the troll moving loosely in the direction you saw the glinting thing, but not nearly as accurately as you. You fly down and land at a treasure chest, and it is sitting there. What would you like to do?
With my talon, can I claw it open?
Yeah, you pop it open with your talon, and inside you see Hemlock curled into a ball going, "Congratulations. You have completed the first round of challenge accepted. You have found me. Good job. Thanks for playing."
Squawk.
Argus, Troll, and Trino, you find yourself teleported back, and you find yourself in a similar room as before, but we're going to jump to one of the other groups before we move into the next round. Argus,
Okay.
can you go ahead and mark down 1 point for yourself?
So you found it, I take it.
Sorry, bud.
Good job.
Listen, it was a crit ending in a 30. There was not a lot of extra workarounds I could do here. Ileana and Tweak, you find yourselves in a similar room. The first two doors' symbols are the same as I described earlier. The third door appears to have someone standing at a shop, talking to the shopkeep. What would you like to do?
I walk up and go turn the handle of pickpocket door.
Yeah, that is quick to the punch there. You are
Tweak's not good at discuss.
You are guided forwards, teleported swiftly. And as you guys appear, you find yourselves on a street, like a city street, it looks like. And you see an undead looking humanoid man standing there looking at you, wearing a nice suit, holding a scroll. And he looks at you and he goes, "Hello, my name is Hemlock. I've been welcome to your starting room and the challenge accepted round, the contest of champions. No, my name is not a joke because I'm dead. I've had it since before I died. Your objective in this challenge is to take the gemstone out of the person you see walking down the street." And as he says that, a person apparates in the center of the city street, slowly strolling forwards. The first person to get the gemstone out of his pocket without being detected or without him being aware of you wins this round. Good luck. Like, shuts the scroll.
Fair enough. Gentle, like, feathered clap on shoulder. Good luck. And I would like to immediately try to stealth my way up to this person.
All right, so you're going for stealth. Roll me a stealth check, Tweak.
A 20.
Not bad. Ileana, what would your first move like to be here?
I think greater invisibility.
Yeah, that's a good call. Go ahead and roll me your stealth check with advantage.
Ooh, the armor that we got was half plate, correct? That was the medium armor that we could get?
It was.
Okay, I will roll it with regular because half plate
Yeah,
is
good call.
disadvantage.
Devin.
No, don't. This is D&D Beyond. It literally says like disadvantage with armor half plate. This is D&D Beyond.
But you were honest. Devin, take a point of DM inspiration. Much preached to you for being
The
honest.
most reluctant DM point of inspiration acceptance.
Thank you.
That is a 12.
I got a 12, yeah.
So both of you attempt to start stealthing forwards. And Ileana, your foot catches a piece of rubble on the street that you didn't see and sends it kind of scattering forwards. The man in front of you turns around and goes, "Oh, what was that?" Does not see you or you, Tweak, as your stealth was high enough to beat the passive perception. You would note this man is now paying much more active attention to his surroundings because of this. You have both moved closer to get to this. You're about equidistant from this person. Say you're about 30 feet behind him at this point. What would you all like to do?
I will begin taking off my half plate.
Okay, that is a relatively lengthy process.
Yeah, I think it's a minute.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I'll just kind of sit there and start doing it and just
But
watch
yeah.
what Lysander's doing. Oh, sorry, watch what Tweak is doing.
All right. So we'll kind of stick with Tweak for a little while here and we'll see what happens.
I would like to stealthily fly above this man's head.
Okay, you fly up and over. Cool. Roll me another stealth check.
Let's try to Google how silent vulture flight is. If I was an owl, I'd be a lot quieter, but I'm not. 25.
That's good. It's a good number. You fly up over his head. How high above him would you like to be?
Maybe 10 feet or so.
Okay. Yeah.
Like enough to where like my wing beats won't blow air on him, but not like balls out fucking forever away.
Clever. You are 10 feet above him. What would you like to do? Ileana, you're still kind of unbuckling things.
So question about, where is it? Slow fall. Does it make my fall slow and quieter, or does it just reduce the damage?
I think the point of like amongst slow fall ability is that it lets you kind of be able to like roll out of it and dodge that. So
I mean,
don't
slow
think
fall
would...
in the sense of it's like hand on wall sliding down.
Yeah, exactly.
Those things.
Exactly. For you, since you're a flyer, I think it would be you kind of using your wings to brush through and like slow your fall as you're going to avoid the damage, rather than it being like a feather fall where it like slows you magically.
Yeah, if I was next to a building, it would be slightly different, but I get that.
Yes.
This is a completely understandable read. I would like to relatively delicately, to the best of my ability, try to land outside of this man's line of sight, like near him.
Like within like a melee distance, like within that 5 foot area.
Probably within like a reach distance of like 10 feet.
Okay.
Like a little ways away, but like basically got myself very close. If he turned around, he wouldn't see me, and then drop.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
That's valid. 18.
18. You land. Does not seem to notice you. The head perks up a little bit. You would wager you are very close to failing that roll.
17, wasn't it?
It was 17. You land 10 feet away from him.
And Illy's still invisible.
Ileana is still invisible, yeah.
Just very quietly trying to take off her armor. Okay. I would probably follow him for a couple of steps to kind of let the focus drop and then try to pickpocket.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check.
Not disadvantage. 15.
15. Tweak, you creep up on this gentleman. You stick your hand slowly into his pocket, and it is the wrong pocket. So as you reach in farther to grab the gem,
I got talons. He probably feels it.
yep, man goes, what the fuck? And glances and looks you directly in your Aarakocra eyes. Are you trying to
Stunning strike?
You go to throw the punch, and you see Hemlock's face just kind of like takes the punch where you threw it at the man. It's just kind of appeared between you and goes,
That's fair.
you were caught. Shucky darns. Let's see how it plays out for your friend. And you find yourself teleported back to the beginning and held in place. Ileana, you slowly start
Just kind of quietly. Good luck.
You slowly like finish taking off your armor, and as you do, your greater invisibility fades because it is a 1 minute concentration. But you have seen Tweak try and fail. You do gather this man is probably on higher alert now because he was just attempted to be pickpocketed.
Is there any camera nearby?
There is an orb, yes.
Can I like poke it and whisper, "Hey, is there a time limit on this game?"
You whisper that, and Hemlock kind of just like all of a sudden behind you goes, I guess not. We assumed you would try to do it as quickly as possible.
Oh, I am, but I also want to try my best to succeed too. So
do what you'd like to win.
Thank you. And I'll like move away from the person, like way out of sight.
Sure, yeah.
You know, however fat, whatever. And I don't have this prepared, which is why I have to do this. Ritual cast Unseen Servant. It's
okay.
11 minute or 10 minute plus 6 second cast.
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Keep it with me as I get closer. Greater invisibility again. After like find the guy and like maintain distance.
Yeah. So as you're kind of making your approach, we'll say that. So go ahead and make me a stealth roll with.
I want to give the Unseen Servant like a small rock or like something to like throw against a wall or something.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Cool.
So you give me a stealth roll with advantage to sneak up on this man. You do see his shoulders have kind of relaxed a little bit. He's less tense after this time break. Tweak, you're just kind of standing there watching this man walking down this same road, not seeming to get any further away, really. Just, it's like you're being moved along with the action, but at a like safe distance back.
Just kind of on a segue.
21. That's a good roll. You get up relatively close to this man, kind of within that kind of action zone, we'll say.
Action zone.
Yeah.
I have seen which pocket Tweak.
Tweak went with the right cheek.
Cool. I'll reach my hand out for the left cheek.
Yep.
And just prepare myself and have my Unseen Servant like throw a rock in front of it nearby, and like judging on the person's reaction, stick my hand in and try to grab the stone.
Yeah, go ahead and ring a sleight of hand check with advantage. We'll call that a help action from your Unseen Servant there. 23.
Hell yeah.
Ileana, you see this rock fly seemingly out of nowhere. This man, he goes, "Great Scott!" It like freaks out as the rock hits the ground. But in that freak out moment, you see, much like in the movie Transformers, when Josh Duhamel is looking through Tyrese Gibson's pocket for the radio, it is the left cheek, left cheek, left cheek. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate. And you reach in and grab the gemstone. Zach, you can tell Zach and I have been friends since I was born. You pull the gemstone, and as you pull it out, you look into it, and you see Hemlock's face inside of the gem going, "Congratulations, you've won the first round of challenge accepted. I'm very proud of you. Well done. Goodbye." And you and Tweak are both teleported back to another room that you see.
Well done.
Garagak and Amunga.
Yes.
You see in front of you 3 doors. The second and third doors appear the same as previously described, that being the hands clasped and the shopkeep. The first door, however,
pulls up docks.
Correct. Appears to be someone laying in a hospital bed. Also, Hero, I'm real mad you called me out right away. Thanks for that.
Well, not that Argus was there for it, but it was a lot like the doors in The Abyss.
Listen, those ones were about D&D class questions, and sometimes my brain's not as creative as it could be, okay? I'm trying.
No, it actively and accurately portrays to us the type of skill challenge we're going to get into.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. I tried to go with my +10 stealth and +5 sleight of hand, and I did bad.
I'll look at the person I'm with and be like, Who?
I can't speak
Garagak,
common.
that's racist.
Oh, hey.
Not all owls speak in oohs.
I just assumed because you're an owl and the name. Ooh.
Yeah, no, that's why I said you assumed all owls speak ooh. I am an owl folk. I have outgrown the animal counterpart.
Oh, well, hello.
You and your friends seem to do this pretty fair, so what door benefits you the most?
Looks like I got in trouble there on the first door. And, I just kind of take a lot of naps, so I don't really know what to do there. I know a lot about friendship, though, and it looks like they're shaking hands.
Seems fair. And what about the third door?
Third door.
Looks like a
Can't
shop
make out
keep.
what's on the third door. As in, I totally forgot what the third door was.
The third door is
shopkeep.
a person talking to a shopkeep.
Which makes perfect sense because Garagak doesn't understand economics.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
no clue what that is.
it seems both of us don't really know what's going on with the first door, so I guess to be fair, it would be easier for us to go there.
Okay. Do you want to push the cart and I'll lay on it, or you want to lay on it and I'll push the cart?
What if you lay on it and I push the cart because I don't actually have to touch the floor to push the cart?
Okay. We got a game plan.
And as I fully unstretch my wings, you don't hear a sound as they beat and I immediately take off.
Oh. Well,
Dirty.
how far away are the doors?
What did I
Like 20
miss?
feet. So
Well,
the two of you,
It's fine. It's fine.
what is happening?
I guess we're going with the first door.
yeah, we're going to the first door.
You go to
We
the
both
first
agreed
door.
it was fair because apparently we both suck at us. We're assuming as medicine checks.
Or
Yeah.
healing spells.
Yeah.
So you guys touch the first door, you're teleported, and you find yourselves standing in what looks to be like a clinic of some kind. There's a single patient laying on the bed, and then there is next to him, standing up, holding a scroll, an undead looking gentleman in a nice suit who looks at you and says, "Hello, welcome to your first room and challenge accepted in this round of Contest of Champions. My name is Hemlock." No, it's not a joke about me being dead. I've had it since before I died. Your
But
objective
was it made with the intention that you would one day die, so then it would become the joke?
I don't know. You'd have to ask my parents, who are very much dead.
Is your last name Grove?
No. My last name is Stevens.
You should
Your objective in this room for the Contest of Champions is to be the first person to successfully diagnose and treat this man.
Uh-oh.
Good luck. He like rolls the scroll down and just kind of like takes a step backward and is just watching you. What would you guys like to do?
Are there any like rules on how we find out?
Hello, welcome
All
to
right.
your first room.
All right, got it. Thank you. Hemlock Stevens. Very nice to meet you.
You as well.
Kind of just look at him. I'm gonna be looking at Leonin because I know he didn't enter this under Garagak.
I'm gonna try to look for any visible wounds.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, I'm proficient.
Man, I've missed that. Garagak, for the folks at home.
I rolled a 14.
14, that's not bad. You do not see any open wounds or any signs of like physical trauma or anything like that. Zach, what would you like to do?
Pull out my sword.
Okay.
Well, you can make something wrong with him.
I'm gonna attempt to coup de grace this man.
You're gonna attempt to coup de grace this man. You go to stab him, and you just see Hemlock like taking the stab and goes, "We asked you to treat.
No, you
not
asked me to diagnose his
murder."
injury, and if I kill him, then he's pronounced dead. That is his condition. I asked if there was rules. You
I
said no.
said
You started
dying-
reading it again.
I said diagnose and treat this man.
You didn't say treat.
I did.
He did.
We're putting you on a 1-minute hiatus for attempting to murder our lovely volunteer, Timothy. He like gestures at the guy, and the dude kind of like looks up and waves, "Hi," and then like goes back to like laying back down.
Appreciate the volunteer, I guess.
I love these fucking interns.
And you're kind of like pulled back magically and held in place for a few actions here.
Am I allowed to sheath my sword?
You can sheath your sword if you would like. Yeah.
I'm gonna climb onto the table, like not touching him, but just like hovering above him.
Sure.
And I'm gonna wild shape into a bear,
Okay.
and I'm gonna get to sniffing around.
You're just
Like,
gonna
like
sniff him?
those. Well, it's like those
Yeah.
therapy dogs that are set
Mhm.
to sniff
They
cancer.
sniff around and find the They have animals are very good about smelling around and finding what's wrong with someone.
Is that science?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
There are bees out there who could legitimately detect cancer. A lot of dogs can detect even the smallest hint of an allergen in things.
I thought that was
also are
just
used. No, they're also used for detecting blood sugar. They can tell if you're high or low through smell. They can also,
You can fully
dogs
turn it
medical
are
on.
alert
amazing.
animals are wild.
Yeah, there's a lady that I watch on YouTube and TikTok on occasions whose dog is fully trained to like smell when her blood sugar is low, and it will come over to her and tell her when it is time to take a pill or something about it. It will continuously boop its nose into her leg until she takes something.
They also can detect seizures before they occur and actually pin people down so that they don't.
Or
And
break
I'd
the
also
skull
like
if they
to say
drop.
that bears have a better nose than dogs.
Shout out to our fans and friends at home who have medical service animals.
yeah,
They're
your
out
pets
here
are
with
fucking
killer
cool.
medical equipment.
They
It's
are cool.
fucking
They're
great.
very well trained.
Coda, make a medicine check with advantage because science.
A medicine check?
Yeah, a medicine check. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm not proficient. Yeah, 18?
18's not bad. You're sniffing around, and you smell this person has been poisoned.
Timothy, no!
Do I smell like a location where he was bit by something or just
Nope.
poison in general?
Nope, just poison in general.
Okay. Is it still on my actions?
This will be a continuation of yours.
Okay.
Since Zach went straight for murder.
I didn't know if I had a third one before the murder or
You get 3.
Okay.
Three after your third, Zach will take his next turn. So this will be number 2.
So I will, knowing that, I will drop Wild Shape and I will roll him onto his side and I'll put a finger in his throat.
Okay.
Try to induce vomiting?
Yeah. All right. Listen, Garrett.
I don't know what the roll is for that.
Garrett, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what the role is. I'm going to tell you right now.
As he is aggressively
You ready?
Googling the check.
You ready?
So stay tuned.
Garrett, I need you to make me an athletics check.
Okay.
Or actually, just a flat strength check. So I want to see how much control you have.
Oh, I don't know why it auto rolled with advantage.
Okay.
It's
do
a
I have
22.
advantage?
The first roll is a 22.
Yeah, I don't know. I only have advantage when I'm raging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just auto did it, assuming I was raging. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So you got a 22. Garrett, you go induce this man to do that thing that Ian hates.
Ian's in the bathroom.
That's fine.
There's a good time for it.
It doesn't work right away. So you press harder and you press harder and harder and harder. You're trying to help them. You're a caring guy. You want to help Timothy. And you're pushing, and you see your finger.
Oh no.
And you hear gargling.
Timothy.
And as you kind of glance back and look down, you see that Timothy is no longer on the bed and it's Hemlock, who talks to you and goes,
I pull my finger out. Oh, hey, did I fix it?
you were about to kill Timothy.
I was trying to make it throw up.
I know what you were trying, but you were very strong. You don't know your own strength sometimes, Leonin.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you on a timeout for a second. Just for a minute. They're fine. And you kind of feel yourself pulled back next to Amunga. And then as you get pulled back, you kind of blink and Timothy's back on the bed and Hemlock is back standing where he was. He kind of looks over. Amunga, feel free to proceed. You're muted, Zach.
You saw me get in trouble for trying to kill him. Why'd you try to kill him?
I wasn't trying to kill him.
Oh, when you turned into a bear, you figured out what was wrong, huh?
No, I was just trying to tickle his mouth. I think he has a toothache.
Definitely did not look like that's what you were trying to do.
I'm not a dentist.
I'm gonna move on.
I gave it my best shot.
Alrighty. I'm gonna walk over to the table, and then I will ask Timothy, "Are you allowed to speak to me, or can you speak to me?"
Timothy does not respond.
Okay, so then it's not like a normal doctor's visit. Got it. I want to take a quick look around the room. Are there any possible medicines or other things around to help cure what was wrong if I was to find out what it was?
You glance around the room, and as you do, there are potions and vials and all sorts along the walls.
Yeah, Gargat can't read. It would have done me no good to look around.
Yeah.
I mean, considering the reason Garragat got a dandelion deal was he drank a vial of poison. Because he's like, I don't know, the green one seems cool.
I will proceed to check out the man, and try to find out what's wrong. But definitely avoid his mouth. Because Garagak pretended that it was a toothache, and I feel like he lied to me.
Zach, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Yeah, this is not something he's gonna.
To be fair, Leonin looks very trustworthy.
It looks like Garagag with a fedora, which drops the trust 8
Oh.
notches.
And a
20.
beautiful blue suit.
20 is a good roll. I think you also figure out based on some muscle tension and other science medical stuff about poison. I should have done research, guys. I should have researched.
You're doing great.
I
bullshitted an entire state.
Yep, fair enough. The Oregon will forever be my favorite version of Oregon. You would gather as poison.
What to do from here? I know what it is. I'm gonna go over to one of the cabinets where I see potions / what I'm assuming looks like medicine, and I'm just gonna look to see if they have anything written on them.
They do many things.
I'm gonna grab the first one and just read it, just so I have a general idea of what.
The first one you grab reads cure for syphilis.
Seems legit.
You kind of keep reaching and pulling, and you see the first kind of there's like 3 sections to the shelf. The first one seems to be cure for X disease. The second one seems to be anti-venom of.
I will stay on that shelf. As soon as I found an anti-venom, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
On that shelf and look through those.
You start kind of slowly peeking through. There's all sorts of stuff, anti-venom to different kinds of snakes and spiders and certain undead and all sorts of creatures. Anything you could find in any of the canon D&D stuff that does poison damage.
At this point, does Coda get moving again?
Yeah, I would say Coda gets to go again. He didn't try to kill him, he just was too strong. Yeah, so Coda, what would you like to do?
He just happened to try to kill him. It's different.
Garagag would really only know one other way to make someone throw up, but if he does it too hard.
What do you want to do, Coda?
Roll him on his side and put one hand on his back to support him and punch him in the stomach.
Roll me an attack roll, an unarmed strike roll.
Oh, please don't nat 20. There was ever a time to not nat 20.
This is Garagag.
What a nice middling score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not so bad.
18's not so bad. All right, what I need to do is we're gonna have Hero. Hero, would you do me a favor and roll me a d20 plus 2? It's gonna be a Constitution saving throw for Timothy to see if he can survive your punch, because he is an intern.
Only did 6 damage.
That's an 11.
It's 11.
Interns have 1 hit point. You killed Timothy 8 times.
Did he puke?
You throw the punch and you see Hemlock on the bed going, ugh. Listen, I understand the strategy. Please stop hurting Timothy. We're not gonna put you on a break. Your heart is in the right place, but come on, man.
Okay.
Be gentle.
At this point, I'm gonna cast darkness using my Shadow Monk ability, centered on Timothy.
Okay. It gets dark.
Because I can see in that darkness, but Coda cannot.
Okay, that's fine. It is your action, Zach. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go, and knowing what I know and seeing like a lot of the anti-venom stuff that was there for a type of poison, I'm going to carefully work my way from the head down and look for any sort of mark of something he may have been bit or stung by, something that is like deformed or where the pain is centered.
Roll me an investigation check.
And this way Coda also can't see what I'm doing, so he doesn't know. Oh damn! I don't find shit.
I don't like
you don't find shit. Yeah.
I'm lost too.
Coda, what do you want to do?
Well, I got one other way. What's the size of this room?
It's probably like a 20 foot by 20 foot room.
Serious. How big's Timothy?
He's a normal sized dude.
Like 6 foot?
Yeah, probably 6 foot.
Is there a
He's
spot
like
in
he's
this
like a
room?
he's like a scrawny 6 foot. He's like a scrawny 6 foot.
Okay. So like a spot in this room with like a 14-foot radius where there's nothing around?
A 14-foot radius? No.
Yep.
That's 28 feet across. No.
No, I need it 14 foot across.
Then yeah, you can like find a corner.
I'm gonna grab Timothy.
Uh-huh.
Stand in the middle of that.
Uh-huh.
Start spinning. I'm grabbing him by his ankles.
Remind me not to get poisoned around you guys.
Coda, you could have stood him upright and just spun him.
I can't go faster that way.
No, this
is much
fine.
faster.
Coda, roll me an
Maximum
athletics check.
velocity.
Roll me an athletics check to see how fast you can spin.
Oh god.
And whether or
I'm
not this man is
proficient.
taking like spinal damage.
14.
14.
Those are some bad rolls.
I kind of wanna. I'm gonna demonstration that one. Just
Oh
'cause
god.
I want to
I'll
see what
kill him.
happens.
I didn't kill him.
Carter, roll a d6.
No, I'm so dead. 3.
Okay, hold on. I haven't looked at this table in a while. Let me pull this back up.
Man. It's just gonna be.
Oh no.
The room is now red.
So,
I feel like this was sabotage.
Amunga, you see while you're standing there, Leonin walks up, just straight grabs Timothy by the ankles, and you see Timothy's eyes open and like, whoa, as he gets dragged off the table. Gary, you start spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and eventually you get enough momentum that you are leaned back and the body is spinning itself around you like a top. And you feel this weird sensation in your legs, a sensation familiar to you as you kind of shape shift in a way. Your legs come together and form into a small spike, basically, the base of a top.
I'm about to let it rip.
And you start spinning and spinning and spinning. And all of a sudden, the world around you becomes this small bowl-shaped, this plastic bowl-shaped arena, I guess.
Yeah. Arena's acceptable and non-copywritten.
You start looking up around you and you see these gargantuan god-esque figures standing there with these little ripcord looking things. And then you see this plastic secondary top spinning in towards you, coming from the other side of this. He's still spinning, Timothy. Yeah, Timothy is still spinning. And this top comes towards you.
Sharp. Poor Timothy.
And you are spinning, and you see this coming, and Timothy connects with the edge, and it bounces off, and they come back together, and they're bouncing and bouncing and bouncing off each other in this crazy battle. And eventually, on the fourth strike, you come in, and you catch the other top in such a way that it does a sort of flip, and you see this weird, almost holographic creature pop out of the top and go, "Argh!" as it fades into nothingness. And this kind of weird illusion dream state that you're in fades, and you come back to yourself, and you slow the momentum, and you spin, and you stop your spin. You're dizzy. You're very dizzy. But you kind of set Timothy down, who looks over to you and goes, "What the hell, man?"
Do you feel better?
And you see as he does that thing. I'm trying to be kind to for Ian's sake here.
I appreciate it.
And you see it's just a string of paper that says poison written along it.
Let's go.
And Hemlock is standing there going, "Listen, that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You have given me purpose and drive and meaning, and I am just so very excited to have this job. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this. This was incredible. Well done, sir. Well done. Bravo. Phenomenal."
He just tried to kill him for a third time.
Career.
See what I think happened. I don't want to speak for you, Leonin, but what I think happened was he figured out that it was a poison. He couldn't find any wounds or anything on the body, so he realized it must have been an ingested poison of some kind, and he tried to get him to vomit himself. I don't know what that weird shit that happened was, but this was impressive. Well done, Amunga. Don't worry, there's more rounds to this. You'll be fine.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, Leonin, congratulations on winning your first. This was
Thanks,
amazing.
friend.
Yeah,
Sorry for laughing about your name.
No, it's funny. It's a funny name. It's because I'm dead and Hemlock's poisonous. So yeah,
makes sense.
The two of you find yourselves teleported back to a room. Now here's the thing. All of you marked a point for yourself, correct? As you have won. Well, only if you won. You only have to do it if you win.
I put an
Right.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you find yourselves back in your rooms, you are not with the person that you left with.
Oh, hello.
Argus, you find yourself looking at Amunga. Troll and Trino, you find yourself looking at Tweak. Ileana, you see yourself looking at your dear friend Garagak.
Hey, little friend. Garagak told me a lot about you.
Your good friend Leonin.
Apologies, your new acquaintance Leonin.
Yes.
Hi, Leonin. You're doing really good. I hope you win.
Thanks, friend. I hope you win too.
That's the positivity everybody needs in their life. So we're going to start with one of the pairings that didn't have somebody just going. So we're going to do Troll and Trino and Tweak. You find yourselves facing 3 doors. The difference being there's no markings.
Uh-oh. Is there anything discerning about the 3 of them, or are they all 3 identical?
They're all doors.
Thanks, Alex.
They identical doors.
Yeah, they look pretty identical.
Can I smell the doors then?
I go up and turn the handle of the second one.
All right.
Fair enough.
The second I heard, "Can I smell the doors?" is like, we're not.
You walk up to the door, you touch the second handle, and you find yourself standing in a temple.
Huh.
This temple is very nondescript. Normally, temples you would be used to are devoted to one of the major deities or minor deities that exist around the Forgotten Realms, etc. But in this temple, there are no markings. There are no shrines or statues. But there is an undead gentleman you all know by the name of Hemlock, who looks at you and says, "Hello, friends, and welcome to the next round of the Contest of Champions, specifically Challenge Accepted.
Well, you got some pep in your step.
I just saw
Happy.
the craziest thing, and it was wonderful. Now, all of you, being the 2 of you,
Yes.
your objective in this round is to start a religion.
Excuse me.
Yeah, come up with a couple ideals, philosophies, things like that,
That is awesome.
and then we'll see how good it is. If I had to put a mechanical twist on it, I would say that you guys would be coming up with philosophies and ideals, and I'll be giving you additional bonuses on the religion check you'll make at the end of this. So be creative and have fun.
Oh, all right. Well,
There's the shell shock on Dash's face.
I'm scrolling through every religion in my brain to be like, what's good from this one? What's good from that one? What can I take here?
okay. So pumpkins. People like pumpkins. Yes. Yes. We could do something with pumpkins. Maybe
Hey, you could call him the Gourd Lord.
yes. The Lord of Gourds. Yes. I enjoy this.
That's enough thinking time. Troll and Trino, you seem to have a lot to say. So, Troll and Trino, please give me the first of 3 ideals that your religion will strive towards.
The consumption of the flesh of the gourd, which in turn shall produce flesh of the body. As you see, I have no flesh. And my faith in my religion of the Lord of Gourds, the Pumpkin King, if you will, he shall bestow upon his followers the gift of flesh. Also, we really like.
Nope, I only needed the one.
Oh.
It's a back and forth thing.
Oh, fantastic! Yes.
Twig, what's the deity of your religion in the first ideal? I didn't ask Troll and Trino because you'd already had the Gourd Lord or whatever.
It's true.
Lord of Gourds, the Pumpkin, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, my faith organization is more reflected onto the individual. So there is a person, so to speak, who heads it, or a deity or an entity perceived by each individual person in their own way, but it is pushing for personal freedom. And the first tenet of all of that is bodily autonomy, where you're allowed to do what you need to and what you want to your body, including modify it, and have freedoms there associated with it, where other people cannot control what you do with your own personal flesh vessel of sorts.
Deep. I like it. Well done. Gourd Lord.
The Pumpkin, if you will.
I won't. Second ideal.
Spread and wide reach. Like the many vines of the pumpkin patch, the Gourd Lord desires his followers to spread his word, his love, and especially his desire for the consumption of flesh. And the production of flesh, but mostly the consumption of flesh. Towards all, until all become encompassed in the great eldritch horror that is his tenets. All shall be consumed.
All pumpkins?
All shall be consumed, Hemlock.
Well, I see there's going to be some differing ideologies here. Twig, second ideal.
Well, going kind of in line with the first one, since everyone has, respect and care for their own personal vessel and are the only ones who could really take any control over it. The second big thing is to help others within your community from a place of empathy and understanding, to be able to go forward and actually help other folks achieve the best form of themselves they can be, and doing that with deep care and protection for other people when needed.
I mean, I'm sold. I'm in, all in. Listen, Gord Lord, I'm gonna be real with you.
We'll have potlucks on Wednesdays.
With gourd-based offerings.
Oh, exactly. Exclusively.
So like some nice butternut squash ravioli, some pumpkin
yes.
pies,
Oh,
some,
fantastic.
you know.
Sweet potato casserole, if you will. I know it's not exactly gourd based, but we are still going with like a fall tuba, if you will.
Listen.
Naturally, there will also be flesh.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen. Nice. It would be remiss of me to not give you a point of TM inspiration for taking me fully out of character to the point where I knew I was going to laugh so loudly and obnoxiously I needed to quickly mute my mic.
You know what? I'll take it.
Okay, Tweak, can you follow up Potluck Wednesdays?
I mean, honestly, just rolling on with the previous two tenets associated with it, it's recognition that others around you are fallible and understanding that we are not inherently a perfect being. So we're all on our own separate journeys, and it's kind of forgiving and accepting people from for their mistakes and kind of like allowing them to grow forward from that. But like, honestly, Potluck's pretty hard to top.
Listen, I think you both done great. I was not sold on the Pumpkin. Gord Lord, Pumpkin, you got me with Potluck Wednesdays. So that'll be a +1.
Excellent.
Tweak, that'll be a +3.
Nice.
And advantage for having the best overall religion base.
Nice.
Please go ahead and roll religion checks.
Oh, fuck.
What would that be? Wisdom?
Intelligence.
Oh, well, that doesn't do me any better.
Ian, I rolled an 8 with advantage.
Oh, well.
You got an 11.
I rolled, that's going to be a 6 total.
I can't believe you rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're +6.
Tweaks had terrible rolls.
That's awful. Hemlock looks at you, Troll and Trino, and goes, listen, you tried your best. And I support somebody that tries their best. I really do.
I appreciate that.
Tweak, congratulations on winning this round of the challenge accepted portion of Contest of Champions.
Nice.
Saw that coming a mile away.
Go ahead.
It was close, buddy. It was much closer than it should have been.
Go ahead and mark your win dash, and we will jump over to Argus and Amunga. You find yourselves in a room. 3 doors in front of you, none of them marked.
So I'm going to look at Amunga, who's talking quietly right now to themselves. I'm going to come out of wild shape. You got an idea of which one you want?
Well, you don't seem as orderly as your last teammate. We chose door 1. You seem a lot more erratic. So I'd like door 3.
I walk to door 2.
Yes.
Out of
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
Yes.
You walk to door 2. You
I don't
tap
touch it.
Oh, you just walk to door 2. Okay.
This one?
I'm just gonna walk up and open it.
Okay.
Okay, great.
After you.
You pop open the door, and you find yourselves in a library, if you will, a containment of knowledge and books.
I don't know about you, but I kind of want to burn it down.
Let's see what books they have first.
If I can make a request.
Hemlock,
Don't.
what do you have to say?
Hello and welcome to your second trial in Contest Champions Challenge Accepted Round. In this, you will be competing. Your objective for this challenge will be to tell me the date that the original devastation of the deities happened.
Is that something that I would possibly know just off the top of my head?
You can make a blank fucking history check out the gate. Like both of you can. That's fine.
I rolled a 20.
You did roll a 20.
A dirty
I think
20, but
I think you have a vague idea.
okay.
So what I'll do is I'll give you a little bit of a boost later because you have kind of a vague knowledge of it. Do you want to roll, Zach, just in case?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Zach just knows.
Zach just knows. I have said this to you in this game. To be fair, folks at home, I don't think I've done it since we started recording, but I have said it in this game. Hemlock looks at you and goes, the library's yours. Enjoy. As you look around, you see that the books in here are labeled in section by vague notes of history. So there are vague like chunks and timelines and things like that.
Is there a card catalog?
There is a card catalog. Yeah.
I walk up to the card catalog and
All right.
start looking.
A dicey
All right.
decimal system, if you will.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
dicey decimal.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check with advantage because you have a vague idea of where you're looking. Zach, what would you like to do?
Gonna watch him for a minute.
Okay. 19. Yeah, you kind of narrow down on a section and you see that there's a section that's kind of dedicated. It's like one of the bookshelves that's dedicated to the deities pre and post devastation, and talks about what that looked like. You kind of narrow it down and you see the bookshelf, or you know which bookshelf it would be.
All right, I'll close the card catalog and I'll approach the section and I will investigate for books or start looking at books.
Okay. Yeah, Amunga, you see Argus goes directly to this section of books. Argus, go ahead and roll me your choice, perception or investigation. Just kind of gauge some knowledge here. Amunga,
Just a normal roll, right?
Yeah, normal roll.
Oof.
You're seeing from titles and things the names of deities, the names of other like deitic figures. You see there are a couple books on the 10 in here. You see that there are a couple books on some of the more like eldritch beings. There are books more on people that have risen to deityhood, like mortals that have kind of ascended to that level. You see that there are books about all of the gods.
The book about mortals that have ascended to deityhood.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pocket that book.
Okay, yeah, you grab it and put it in your bag, I guess.
And I just keep perusing. I got distracted by it for a second.
Okay. Yeah, you couldn't quite figure out where you're going. Zach, what would you like to do?
Seeing him flip through books as I go up to look at the exact same shelf, and I'm just going to look for anything that references deities after the devastation.
Okay.
And at the same time, muttering a small little hex on intelligence for Argus to give him disadvantage on intelligence checks. Because this is a race, but I used him to get half of it done for me.
That's yeah. All
It's
right.
dirty, but it's legal.
It's you you start going. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check or a perception check if you prefer.
So I have at least something in perception.
19. Yeah, you pull a few books out. You kind of gather as you're looking through that it's kind of divided section wise. That about halfway through one of the shelves, it kind of shifts to like the top section looks to be like deities that existed before the devastation, and then there's deities existed before and after, and then there's ones that existed after as the shelves roll down.
I would grab the book both books that is the last one before it does the mix and the one after the mix.
Okay. Yeah, so Argus, you see Amunga grabs two books from kind of the third dividers of the shelf and pulls them. Argus, what would you like to do?
Did I feel the hex?
I don't think so. I don't think you would feel that until you. So I think, yeah. Place a curse on a creature.
Oh, it does deal necrotic damage.
Only that's when I hit you with something.
Yeah.
If I hit you with an
Oh, okay.
attack, it does
Okay.
necrotic damage. It just you have disadvantage on the ability checks of the chosen ability.
Yeah, I don't think you would notice anything was wrong until you tried to
Okay.
like do the thing.
I am going to continue scanning the titles.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific or just kind of casually rolling through?
I'm casually rolling through in hopes that something will pop out. You know how you just scan and sometimes, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody can do this because it's not a neurotypical thing, but you scan through and sometimes certain words just pop out to you and you
Yeah.
just, oh, meh.
So
yeah.
roll me an insight check. You're doing a vibe check on the books. 21. Them's good vibes. As you're rolling through, you've been kind of brought up to speed on stuff with the party. You've been kind of told about things that were happening. And you, as you're going, your hands kind of trace, and that there is something that pops out to you as you're kind of scrolling through. And it's one of the books in the center in that before and after section. And your hand kind of pauses on a book about Sylvanas. And as it pauses, you remember Sylvanas' split happened during the devastation.
So I'll pull that book and I'll flip. And, I'm scanning, flip, scan, index, possible before or after.
Yeah, I'll let you, well, that would have been your action during that time. Zach, what would you like to do? You have these two books pulled from the before and after.
For the before book, I'm going to pull it open to the table of contents and look at the bottom, go from bottom to top, looking at anything that would describe what I would find at those points in the book, but starting at the end of that book, if you would.
Kind of starting at the bottom and going up on the table of contents. So the thing that you see at the bottom, you see the book that you have pulled out is, and this is the book about a deity that only was heard about before the devastation. You see that the book that you're looking at, title-wise, is a book called Obad High, a deity dedicated to like nature, freedom, specifically nature, freedom, hunting, and beasts. The last thing in the table of contents says that the trans is called the transference of power. As you kind of scroll through, it talks more about like his life, his musings, his kind of what his power took the shape of and things like that. But the last thing in the book is the transference of power.
A stare.
Okay. You pop there and you start reading through, seeing what's going on. Argus, you want to scan like the index, table of contents for the book. Are you looking for anything specific?
I guess I'll look for the date of their split.
You start looking, you're looking kind of like through the table of contents, and it talks the beginning of the book talks about Sylvanus, this singular deity, and it starts working slowly down through, and it talks about like their life and what they were accomplishing and what their power looked like and all this jazz. And then there is a specific section in the book that talks about, or that the chapter or like the section of the book is just referred to as one becomes two, and then it kind of continues from there.
While I'm doing that, I'm going to take that as my action to get that information. I know it's only 6 seconds. I'm going to take a quick look around. And how big is this room?
It's kind of one of those libraries that it has like a spiral staircase that runs around the interior of it that leads up. So the room itself is only probably about 40 feet across.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. You do the same thing that Zach is doing. Basically, you start reading through the information, trying to study through it, things like that. Zach, you read through this section that talks about transference of power, and it talks about during the devastation, there was this moment where, because you know the basic story of the devastation, everybody does. It's kind of this like big calamitous event that all the gods went to war and all the races were at war, and it was all of this just bloodshed everywhere. For folks at home and for the party and all that stuff, this is where like Gunrar was from this age. This is from that large warring era. And you see that there's a moment that the evil deities, the deities of like evil and chaos and all those things, were winning. And several of the gods, it doesn't list any of the other ones per se, but it does talk about how several gods, including Obad, gave their lives and their power to transfer it into key deities. It talks about Sylvanus, it talks about like Pelor, the major gods that are floating through. So you're reading, and it's talking about this moment where everything had to do, but there aren't any like specific dates of when it happened or anything like that. Is there anything else you'd like to do based off that information?
No, I was just scanning for numbers anyway. Numbers or like a reference to a specific time period.
Yeah, you're not really seeing one inside of this section.
My next turn was move on to the next book, I guess.
Okay, sounds good. Argus.
All right. I'm going to need some time alone. I cast Anti-Life Shell.
What is that?
Damn.
A shimmering barrier extends out from you in a 10-foot radius and moves with you, remaining centered on you and hedging creatures other than undead and constructs. The barrier lasts for the duration, which is an hour. The barrier prevents an affected creature from passing or reaching through. An affected creature can cast spells and make attacks with ranged or reach weapons through the barrier. If you move so that an affected creature is forced to pass through the barrier, the spell ends. So it just pushes him out, away from the bookshelf.
Yeah, so Amungi, you have the two books you were looking at, but there is this barrier now in between you and the rest of the bookshelf.
I love that Hemlock can still get in there.
Yeah, Hemlock's fine. Yeah.
It's so cool. Just incidentally, undead are fine.
We gave this man a livid Beyblade career and converted him to the Temple of Satanism.
So
living his
I
best
have
life.
an hour basically with this bookcase to.
Yeah. So you're kind of getting through. Is there anything else you want to look for or look at in this book about?
I figured
Sylvanus?
since it takes an action to cast, and I haven't.
This is more so just a generic, like it's not like a specific 6-second action turn. It's just kind of generic actions. The information you would get from scanning through that section, that middle section of the book. You're looking through this section and it talks about the battle that you'd heard of previously. The Sylvanas battling a familiar foe, and this split having to happen so that they could fight together. And you're kind of scanning through, and it's pushing. And as you're looking through the book, you're scanning through, and you start seeing kind of like back to the table of contents, seeing if there's anything else that may be like of note or anything like that. You see there's a section at the bottom talking about Sylvanas helping with the birth of like the new civilization post devastation. It talks about like the forming of major cities. It talks about the forming of communities and things like that. Is there anything else specific you would like to look for?
Please remind me, because my non-neurotypical brain has already forgotten what I'm supposed to be looking for.
So the question was, what is the year, or what is the time, what is the date that the devastation occurred?
And we haven't run across that particular date yet.
In none of your guys' searchings, there has been a date mentioned.
Okay, and you said that the bookshelves were pre and post devastation.
Yeah, so it's pre and post. And then the books about like the book about the mortals becoming deities and stuff like that, there's a few of them on the bottom shelf, but they were all like very like kind of like shoved in there.
I feel like it should be in the information that is pre and post, so I'm gonna concentrate looking there.
Okay, I'm realizing I may have led you guys astray, and I apologize for that.
But we got some cool lore nuggets out of it.
There is some cool lore nuggets coming out of it, so it's worthwhile in that regard. You start refocusing on those things, and you're realizing a theme that the deities that were that didn't come through, none of the major deities, there is no major deities in that top section. There's no real major deities in the bottom section. The names you're looking at in the center section are the names of the like major deities that you're seeing.
Oh.
And that are like the most well-known ones to date.
Oh. Actually, go ahead. Let Zach have some time.
Yeah, Zach, what do you want to do?
Pushed away to 10 feet. I just kind of look at him like rude, but fair. I'm going to look at the beginning of the second book I had. Look at that table of contents at the top, and just kind of like go down through the table of contents, looking at what each section is titled.
Perfect. You start going through. You realize this book is a book about a goddess named Istus. Istus, deity of fate, destiny, divination, future, and honesty. And as you're reading through it, make me an investigation check.
I'm just looking at the table of contents.
I'm aware. The table of contents is listing out things such as like what her divinity is, what her power takes the form of, things like that. It talks about like the forming, like kind of the same things that Hiro is seeing about like the forming of civilization and those kinds of things. So I guess based off of that, what would you like to look for?
Well, I was just looking at if it referenced either their death or their birth, because I'm not quite sure exactly when this deed.
Yeah, it's fair. So the first section talks about the creation, or like the first kind of signs of Istus being found. And it doesn't say anything about their death, or her death, sorry. But it does say but you get the birth information, and in that section, it talks about how after the devastation, there was this like massive buildup of energy across the prime material plane from all of these warring deities that when civilizations were created, and like people, the humanoid races, the monsters, all of these creatures and living beings were coming together and forming these civilizations, that they had these major deities to look to, but they were focusing, much like early human civilizations that we know from like our like real world history, where these pantheons popped up across the world of people looking for ways to justify the things around them and the things that were happening, to justify the nature and the good and the evil in people and those kinds of things. And the
second I don't find a date in like the first couple, like even like the first 2 pages, if I don't see a number, I'm closing that book and I'm going to go look for that card thing he was looking through for the card catalog.
Sure.
Is it within his 10-foot sphere?
No, you can go get the card catalog at the entrance to the library.
I'm going to look for any book, anything that references history or timeline of the world.
Okay. Go ahead and make me another investigation check. Hiro, while he's rolling that, what do you want to do?
I'm going to put the book that I had about Sylvanas away, hopefully right back where I got it from.
Yeah.
I don't want to make the librarians mad.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to look for a basic, what we in our world would consider maybe a middle school textbook on the history of everything.
Faerun, I guess. Is that the
Yeah, I guess we are
Worlds?
still.
So
Faerun.
are you looking for like basically in this section about the gods and all those kinds of things, you're looking for like the deitic forces for dummies book?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
because in there it should hopefully have possibly what I'm looking for.
the
Yeah,
TLDR version?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
With disadvantage because I'm hexed.
Yeah,
but I
with
didn't know that.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Is it Hex any skill check that has that, or is it only intelligence checks? Or is
No,
it
so
intelligence-based checks?
Hex is intelligence ability checks of any
Okay.
kind. So
I wasn't sure of the wording on
it's
it.
whatever skill I choose, and then it's those checks. So if I chose strength, it would be strength checks.
I will use my DM inspiration on that second roll.
okay. So you look and you do see a book that is titled, like the title of the book is Basic Concepts of Deitic Power and the People That Have Gained It, or the people that have it. You pull it out and you're looking, and the table of contents is literally listed out of the major gods, or like the deities pre-devastation, the devastation, the post-devastation.
I flip to the devastation section and see if it tells me when it happened.
We're gonna go back to Zach for a second. Zach, you do not find a catalog talking about timelines and history, but I will say that you can see like there are pseudo section titles, and there is a section you can find, like you don't find some of the specific books or categories about it, but you do, like there is a broad section about world history on one of these shelves. For sake of ease, it is outside of the anti-life shelf.
I'll put my 2 books on what I hopefully I'm assuming is like a return cart, as I can't get to the shelf to put
Yeah,
them away.
that's fine. Yeah.
The reshelve cart.
The reshelve cart, as I would love to have put them back, but I physically can't go over there. I did have a question about that. Am I allowed to shadow step through it? Because I moved from one shadow to another, so I'm not passing through it. I'm going from a shadow to a shadow.
Yeah, probably. It doesn't say you can't teleport through it. So
No.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah. No, I would probably, narrowing it down to that section, I'm gonna just go over there and kind of just lightly scan it,
Sure.
and pretty much, I guess, do what Hero did the first time, where you found the book of Sylvanas, and just kind of like vibe check to see if, like, just kind of scan through and look to see if there was a book that caught my eye.
Sure. Give me a vibe check. 15. The book that pops out to you the most as you kind of do a quick scan is one that is literally titled A Chronology of the World from Beginning to End.
Okay. Carefully avoiding future topics.
Is Istis' name on the cover?
Grabbing that book and looking, I guess at the beginning of my next turn, I'll look at the table of contents, but trying to avoid things of the future because I don't know how those impact me now.
So you want to kind of like cover up the bottom half and be like, what's going on? Okay.
I'm gonna like kind of go down like line by line, so I'm not just drawn to look down to see like future events that could happen.
Okay.
That sounds very interesting, and I know how this character would definitely.
Yeah. So
like,
we'll call you finding the book your action for this turn. Hero, you're flipping to the devastation section in this book, and you see it's rolling through. It's talking about the devastation. You don't see any numbers, but what you do find in this section, because remember, this is easy reader version. There are a few lines that pop out at you immediately. Though many researchers have tried and failed to understand, the devastation devastated the world. There was no way to keep track of when the devastation started or ended. All we know is what happened after, when pseudo-modern civilization began.
So the devastation happened before recorded history, right? Before pseudo-civilization.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hemlock kind of looks to you and goes, yeah, it did.
That's our time frame.
That is your time frame. Congratulations, Argus. You figured it out.
Yeah.
There's one more round to this to be played. Don't you fret. The total points acquired by each team is how we're going to figure out the winner anyhow. So we'll see what happens. Hi, friends. Welcome back from that brief technical cut. We're recording late. It's been a long day for a lot of people, so we had a couple people about, but we wanted to finish this last little run of these things. Excuse me. Sorry. So we are jumping right back in with Garagak and Leonin and Ileana moving into this last round.
Yes, there's no Garagak here.
There is no Garagak. There is only Leonin. The two of you find yourselves standing in front of 3 unmarked doors.
Do you want to pick, or do you want me to?
I'll go ahead and let you pick. I don't really know what I'm looking at here.
Okay, yeah, me neither. And then like I'll hold up my hand to like hold your hand,
Okay, I'll grab your hand.
and then we'll walk to door number. Where was the last one they picked? 2.
It's been 2 both
2.
times for the second round.
Let's do 2 again. Let's
Okay.
go to 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go to door 2, and as it opens, you find yourselves teleported to a tavern. You see a bunch of people rambunctiously cheering as they stand around a singular table. Hemlock is standing there right at the entrance. Looks up to you and goes, "Hey gang, how are we doing? How are things?"
We're good.
Good. Welcome to your next round of the challenge, accepted round of the Contest of Champions. Your objective for this one, kind of gestures, and the crowd kind of moves around, and you see a singular table with 2 chairs set across from each other with nothing on the table. It's an arm wrestling match. The benevolent deity who designed this contest would like to say that all the doors were predetermined and that all of this was by character choice. So he apologizes in advance.
I'll look at Georg. I can say, sorry, at Leonin. I'm sorry, and say if you try your hardest, I'll try my hardest. Fair?
Yeah, sounds good. And I'm gonna lean down and I'm like, "Hey, do I need to cover for you? You're old enough to be in here."
I'm old enough. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I'll cover for you if I need to.
She's probably older than you by like
appreciate you.
300 years.
But it was like a small,
Hemlock kind of looks at the 2 of you and goes, "Whatever advantages you can give yourself, whatever you want to try to do, your goal is to pin the other person's arm to the table. You know how arm wrestling works. I don't feel like I got to explain that to you. Whenever you're ready."
Hey, don't count Ellie out. She's got the fucking Tension's transformation.
I'm waiting for some spells to get dropped.
Yeah, it's just tensors for this one.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt that Devin will somehow win this in my brain, because Devin seems to just win the Contest of Champions. So I don't know what. We'll see how it goes. Code, I'm rooting for you just as much though, buddy. Don't you fret.
Okay.
Hey, you haven't used your Leonin mode.
Yeah. So the 2 of you sit down at this table. On your way there, if there's anything you guys would like to do, by all means.
Okay. Just a second.
Yeah, just tensor transformation. That's it.
What does that do?
It's proficiency and strength and constitution saving throws.
I'll say we'll give you proficiency in athletics for this. That seems fair.
Yeah, like guidance maybe.
Yeah, you can toss a guidance on yourself if you want.
I mean, I couldn't stack them, so either or. You know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them's a solid static bonus. One of them's a D4 roll. So,
I'll go with the static if that's possible.
Absolutely.
Devin, can you knock Coda out? All you got to do is pin his arm to the table.
Yeah.
You got spells for that, baby?
So how this is going to work mechanically is you guys are going to. It's going to be basically. You're going to be at a starting position in the center. Each check is going to move you third chunks either direction as you win. But if there's anything you guys want to do in between or anything like that to kind of give yourself an edge or anything like that, by all means. So for this first round, it is athletics checks.
Trying to make sure. I'm trying to remember if God mode gives me anything that has to do with this.
I honestly don't
doesn't.
think so.
No, it
doesn't boost your strength.
I think rage does though.
Just my rage. My rage gives me advantage.
Rage will give you. I mean, God mode did give you something to this, right?
Intimidation.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But
it did. I could have sworn God mode boosted your stats, like your big course. No, cool.
No. Well, as far as my notes, let's see. No, I get a +10 to intimidation and 2 times my move speed.
Plus all the spells and the aura and all that shit. Yeah. You back?
Was I gone?
You froze for a minute.
Damn it.
Okay, you're fine.
Anyways, nothing stat based other than intimidation, and I don't think Leonin would try to intimidate Lilia.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, raging would give you advantage. That is a thing.
I would rage.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty, let's get those first athletics checks out. That's a start.
I rolled a 2 plus a 5 for a 7 total.
Roll a d6, Coda.
Oh no, it's a 3 again. Hemlock gets to see another Beyblade challenge.
Listen, Devin, I'm so sorry, but you rolled a 2.
Wait, didn't Didn't he say if you did tensors, you got advantage on athletics?
No, it's proficiency in athletics.
Proficiency on athletics. Okay.
Yeah, so
it's a 7 total.
Yeah.
It's not a full down and out. But I am going to give it an extra chunk, but it's going to be flavorful. So you two lock hands and you begin. And Coda, Leonin, Garagak, all of the above. The world around you changes. And Ileana, you're seeing all this too. So you know in your heart of hearts, this is a Dandy Basher thing. As you clasp hands and you begin your struggle, the world around you becomes pitch black. The only thing that you guys can see is this table, the 2 chairs, your arms clasped together, and there's a struggle. Ileana, in this kind of boosted mode you've put yourself in, you're maintaining, and then you hear them, a cacophony from all around you of, hey, I'm proficient, hey, I'm proficient, hey, I'm proficient, hey, I'm proficient, hey, I'm proficient. And you see storming to the table a swarm of Leonin clones that come and start just jumping and dogpiling the hands down, pushing it ever so slowly towards the table. And as each one comes through, it is like as soon as it makes contact, they're literally just slapping these hands, moving it ever so slowly downwards. And at each one as it slaps, it disappears. And you just hear this, I'm proficient, I'm proficient, I'm proficient.
And the last one quietly goes, we take those.
And the last one, as it runs up, looks you in the eyes, Leonin, and goes, and just gives you a single finger gun. And the world snaps back to reality. Ileana, your hand is almost down to the table. That is going to be 2 benchmarks down. Coda, I made you a little too strong, I think. I gave you too much stuff, I think, maybe.
It's just that's just barbarian base, other than obviously like Dandy Basher.
The Dandy Basher thing is just the thing.
Dandy Basher.
Yeah, no, I know. I took it away. I should have kept it taken away. But you
Dandy
were so
Basher
sad when
was
I
a
did
mistake.
it.
It's so cool.
I know. So we're gonna do another athletics check.
And to be fair, that was my first crit in quite a long time.
You crit 20 minutes ago. Oh yeah, it was a DM inspiration. No,
crit.
that's fair. That's
Yes.
fair.
I've been very unlucky with my rolls recently.
Ileana, is there anything you want to do?
I'm gonna start playing around now. I'm gonna drop tensors and actually, yeah, because I can't cast spells on tensors. So we're gonna drop tensors and do like a light. I don't want to do any damage, but can I just do like a shocking grasp to like try to like surprise? Ooh.
Yeah, it'll be kind of like a hand buzzer. I'll say, Coda, you don't have advantage on this one due to the shock and awe of it all.
Okay.
So go ahead and do a flat athletics check for me, the both of you.
Garagak is a man's who appreciates.
No shot did I just crit back to back.
I mean, it's
I
flat.
didn't have advantage.
It's flat, but
yeah, I didn't have advantage, so that second roll didn't count. But no, like back to back crits.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Wow. 27 though.
Listen, I thought this was going to take longer, but Ileana, unfortunately, your hand has been directly to the table. You guys kind of sit there in this momentary silence as you hear just the ringing of wood and knuckles. Is there anything you guys would like to do or say?
I would very lightly put their hand down. Leonin wouldn't hurt Illy.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything you guys want to say or anything like that in this moment?
Good job, you won. That was really
Thanks.
fun. Thank you.
I hope I didn't hurt you.
No, you were very gentle. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Can I have
Sorry,
a
lost
hug?
friend. Yeah, I'll pick Illy up and just big ol' hug.
Perfect.
It's okay. There's another one, and I think maybe we won't be paired up again, so we can both win.
Yeah,
Good luck.
good luck to you too.
Hemlock is kind of standing there, kind of just like looking at the table. What are you?
I'm Leonin.
What?
Did something happen?
Did something happen? He says to me like I'm an idiot. You know something happened. There was 1 million of you that came in out of nowhere. We were in a void space.
Oh yeah.
I like the idea of
really
Hemlock
crazy.
just standing there in the corner of this dark void.
Yeah.
The crowd got kind of wild there for a little bit.
There wasn't a crowd anymore.
Who were all those people then? They ran up, they were like high-fiving.
It was you. All of them were you. Listen, I don't get out of here. Go. Like you guys disappeared. You end up in your next room. And we are going to call it there for this week's episode of The Dice That Bind Us. This is going to be a shorter one, folks. Apologies for that. But thank you all for joining us. I know this has been weird and chaotic. I had imagined that this would be the last episode of the Contest of Champions, but real world shit got in the way and that happens and it's fine. So next week will probably be the end of this and then moving into the finale round. We'll play it out. It's gonna be great. Seriously, it means the world. Subscriber counts are going up slowly but surely. It's been great having you guys here watching. Please interact with us on all the socials, the TikTok, the Discord, the Facebook, the Twitter. Find us, talk to us. We're around. It'd be great to see you.
Just don't call me Shirley.
Okay, Shirley.
No, you said slowly but surely, and I said don't call me Shirley.
That's a good bit. That was one for all of our old timer viewers out there. Hero relates to you.
I do.
No, seriously, I can't say enough. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week for another episode of The Dice That Bind Us. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.